I'm Mark Brzee. My wife and I pastor World Outreach Church in the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma. We started the church about 13 years ago. We met in a high school auditorium for a while, then we moved to an industrial park. And then God really put a facility into our hands just a few years back. A beautiful facility on about 14 acres, but was not designed as a church. There was a space that would hold about 500 people, but it had to have a lot of renovation. And so Charlie Daniels is a man that I'd known for a long time and knew his integrity and knew how he did things, the way he handles business. And so I wanted to get hold of Charlie and see if he could help us. And so Daniels and Daniels jumped in the middle of this, and we were able to step in and renovate this building in a very short period of time. We had a real short window that between when we closed and when we had to move into the place, and we got in right on time. Within a couple of years after that, things had grown. We needed more space. We looked into building another auditorium on the same property. Just didn't seem right. We came up with an idea. Look at it more like a renovation instead of putting up a new auditorium. But that meant knocking out this wall, which was a whole lot closer. So we took our back wall and knocked that out about 40 feet and built this all out, and then took the middle wall out when everything was completed. And so we doubled the auditorium. We went from roughly 500 seats to about a 1,000-seat auditorium. And then we went the other direction, which is where all the offices were, in the children's church area, nurseries. Not only did we do that, but we wanted to add a second floor in. The building was high enough, but it wasn't built for a second floor. So it was going to be a pretty major reconstruction, renovation. And so again, I contacted Daniels and Daniels. My wife and I had traveled for about 20 years. Traveled to the nations, traveled throughout America. As a result, we'd been in a lot of churches where they were in building projects, either just finishing one, just starting one, in the middle of one. And I'd seen so many pastors that were trying to be the shepherd of the flock, be ready to minister on Sundays, be ready to minister on Wednesdays, try to take care of the church, try to take care of the staff, and at the same time, trying to keep their hands in all the facets of a building program. And I just knew for me, I wasn't interested in that. I didn't want to get so busy with all the facets of renovating and remodeling and building and construction and not knowing enough about it myself to really do it. I didn't want the stress level. And so I contacted Charlie. And I said, this is what we're going to do. Would you take care of this for me? Would you oversee this for me? And so Daniels and Daniels stepped in, oversaw the entire project for us, took care of all the contracts, took care of if there were issues with contractors, if there were issues with different companies. Daniels and Daniels stepped in. They did the contracts, they did the negotiations, they did everything. And I made the comment to my wife a while back that I said we went through this entire building project, renovated the auditorium, doubled that, doubled our children's area, doubled the office space, added fellowship halls upstairs, added parking everywhere they'd let us pour concrete, remodeled our youth and fellowship hall out in another building. Then after that came back in, we decided to build a drive-through for all the traffic going by the main entrance, and that was a pretty major project. And so every time I need something done, I give Daniels and Daniels a call. And I just want to highly recommend them because of the integrity, being able to do things in a timely fashion, to be able to do things within a budget, to be able to do things with integrity, to handle issues. We came through this whole project, everything from the building to the parking lot, to renovating the other building, to the drive-through out into the parking area. We did the whole thing, and I said, I think I only got stressed one time. And that's a pretty good thing. And so we came through, and I can't say enough good about Daniels and Daniels Construction Company. It's not just a work they do, it's a call they have. And if somebody's going to do something, I sure appreciate it if they're anointed to do it, and they are. They've made my life a whole lot easier, and I'm so very thankful. And if we ever get to where we need to renovate or expand or build or anything else, I know the first call I'm going to make. So I highly recommend them, and I think you work with Daniels and Daniels, you'll see what I'm talking about.